Hey guys, in this lesson I'm going to talk about how triad pairs work and how to use them over a variety of different chord changes, including major 7, minor 7, dominant 7 sus4, and altered dominant 7th chords. All of the material that we're going to take a look at today can be found in my latest book, Mastering Triad Pairs Volume 1. I just launched this book today and you can pick it up for the next 4 days for 35% off. So if you want to go ahead and grab your copy, just click in the description box below. Okay, so the first thing that you want to take a look at when learning the triad pair concept is focusing on pairing two major triads positioned a whole step apart. When we organize the triads in this way, all the notes are mutually exclusive, meaning that there's no shared common tones between the two triads. When applying this over different chord qualities, there will be no avoid notes, meaning that all the notes shared between the two triads will be resolvable notes over the chord changes in question. Okay, so if we start with a C major triad and a D major triad, let's see what happens when we organize these 6 notes as alternating triads. When we arrange these notes in scalar order, we get C, D, E, F sharp, G, and A. This creates what is called a hexatonic scale, a 6-note scale that contains both triads. Now here's where this gets really interesting. This same hexatonic scale can be viewed from 6 different modal perspectives, and each one corresponding to a different chord application. So starting from C, I've got C, D, E, F sharp, G, and A. This gives us a C Lydian with no 7. This is perfect for playing over a C major 7 chord. Starting from D, I've got D, E, F sharp, G, A, and C. This gives us a D mixolydian with no 6, and this works really great over a D7 sus4 chord. Starting from E, I've got E, F sharp, G, A, C, and D. This creates a Locrian natural 2 with no 5th. This works over an E minor 7 flat 5, but isn't my favorite because it doesn't contain the 5th. Starting from F sharp, I've got F sharp, G, A, C, and D. This gives us an altered scale with no 4th, and this is really perfect for an F sharp 7 altered chord. Starting from G, we've got G, A, C, D, E, and F sharp. So this creates a melodic minor with no 3rd. You can use a G minor major 7 over this, but again, this isn't one of my faves because it doesn't have the 3rd. Lastly, starting from A, I've got A, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. This gives us an A Dorian mode with no 2nd degree, and this is a classic sound over an A minor 7 chord. Through all my years of practical application and teaching experience, I've identified 4 different chord applications that consistently provide the most musical and immediately usable results for the C and D triad pair combination. These are C major 7, D7 sus4, F sharp 7 altered, and A minor 7. Now, instead of thinking about this in scales, let's go ahead and organize this material as alternating triads through their perspective inversions. This is where the real magic happens, and this is where we can really hear how to apply this triad concept in practical application. Starting with both triads in root position. Then we're going to take it and start it in first inversion. This is starting from the third. Then starting from second inversion, which is starting from the fifth. And then back to root position, one octave above. Now let's move through this set of inversions systematically. Now the key here is to maintain the integrity of each triad while creating smooth voice leading connections. Notice how we're not just playing scales, we're thinking in triadic chunks that can be combined in countless ways. This approach gives you melodic material that's both harmonically sophisticated and immediately musical. You're not just running scales up and down over chord changes here, you're creating compelling melodic statements. Now let's go ahead and put this to work with what I call the parallel relationships flexibility drill. This exercise helps you to hear how the triad pair material sounds over different chord qualities from the same root note. We're going to simplify this a bit using the triad pair combinations over the chord qualities that I like best. First, over the C major 7 chord, I'm going to use the C and D triads. Notice how this brings out that beautiful Lydian sharp 11 sound. Next, over a C7 sus4, I'm going to use the B flat and C triads. Hear how this emphasizes the suspended fourth quality while adding sophisticated extensions on top. Now over a C7 altered chord, I'm going to use an A flat and a G flat triad. This is where it gets really modern. All those altered tensions really come alive. Finally, over a C minor 7, I'm going to use the F and E flat triads. This really brings out that beautiful Dorian color with that natural 6 emphasis. So the beauty of this approach is that you can use the exact same patterns and melodic ideas, but the harmonic context transforms the sound completely. You're developing one vocabulary that works over multiple chord types. So that's the power of triad pairs. Sophisticated harmonic vocabulary that's immediately musical and incredibly versatile. This is just scratching the surface of what's possible. In my new book, we dive deep into 12 systematic exercises and 12 practical etudes that will transform your approach to jazz improvisation. Remember, the book is 35% off for the next 4 days only, and that's the best deal that you'll get anywhere. All you have to do is click the link below to grab your copy. Until next time, practice smart, work hard, and play creatively.